Thank you, Linda. You have decided to ask some very difficult questions, but let's see if I can be able to handle them. Starting with the first one of primitivity, the dying of the indigenous knowledge. This is happening within certain communities that have what we'd call meteorologists within them, who are using specific indicators to get to see what they are doing. The only way to be able to go beyond that belief is to see if we can link the indicators that they're using to climate, to science in a certain way, so that we do not think of whatever they are doing as witchcraft, but as something that actually can be explained away. I'll give you an example. Some of them observe birds flying in certain directions. We know that birds would also normally look for the least resistance as they are flying through the atmosphere. So they are actually carried by some currents, wind currents. And those wind currents are the ones that would be carrying moisture from some location to another location. So observing the direction of those birds can tell you whether the wind is coming from a water source or a dry source area. So there you see the link clearly between observing the birds and climate. If we pick snakes, and these are the ones that bring in witchcraft a lot, if you pick snakes, they are quite sensitive to their environments. Their temperatures are lower than normal and all those kinds of things. So they are bound to react faster to changes in the atmosphere than even our equipments, our instruments, the thermometers, and so on and so forth. So observing the behavior of such creatures would be able to give you an insight into what is happening within the atmosphere a little earlier than what the meteorologist would be able to tell. So there's that link that is there. And what we need to do is to bring out that very clearly to the fore so that everybody can see that this is the case. Now that's looking at it from the science, the knowledge aspects. If you come back to now the primitive aspects, now that's a societal thing, which becomes a little bit difficult to handle. But if they can see that what is happening is really explainable, then even the primitivity, the primitiveness of it all would be taken care of in some way. And that brings up the issue of the second question, which is, if I got it correct, how do we encourage the youth to be able to work in this field, and yet the current people do not even get enough payment out of it, or something like that. But you know, knowledge is ways of knowing. Once you get that ways of knowing, you get the information and the capacity to be able to use that knowing that you have to apply it somewhere else. So if somebody can be interested in knowing that particular type of knowledge, people become very innovative and inventive, and they can be able to apply it somewhere else. Thank you, Linda.